Doctor Who The Faceless Ones, the sixth story of the second Doctor, is written by David Ellis and Malcolm Hulke, and it's starring Patrick Troughton, Anika Wills, Michael Craze and Fraser Hines. So the title was going to be The Chameleons but got changed into The Faceless Ones, and it has aliens working mannequins in a busy department store while waiting for human hosts to possess in a planned Hartnell story by David Ellis and Malcolm Hulke. But then got used in this one, except it's set in Metropolitan Airport and some scenes were filmed in Gatwick Airport because the budget was lower. So the story begins at the airport with planes flying by, the TARDIS team arrived and getting chased by the police as they're trespassing. Ben did look like he was about to get captured any second as he split up from others, and with the police rushing up to him. As Polly is hiding behind the crate, she sees Spencer killed Gascoigne with an electric gun. So she runs away. Spencer was about to kill her but got distracted, and she reunites with the Doctor and Jamie, who are hiding behind the aeroplane wheels, and she told them what she saw. After seeing a corpse, Polly gets kidnapped by Spencer and he's finding a way to stop her friends from worrying about Polly. Meanwhile, Ben has managed to get away, seeing the TARDIS gets taken away as it's mistaken for a real police box, and looks around inside the room and lies that he works there so he can get out. The Doctor and Jamie were trying to report a dead body to the immigration officer Jenkins, and he seems to think that the passports are more important than the dead body they saw.
It's irrelevant. The important thing is that we've discovered a dead body out there and we want to report it to someone in authority.
And because they have no passports, he reports them to Commandant, and he doesn't believe them. However, the Commandant took the Doctor and Jamie to find where that he saw a dead body, but it was gone. As he found a stack of cups in the chest and thinking that the Doctor is pranking them, they get arrested and we see an alien hand, pretty effective. As the Doctor and Jamie are back in the immigration, there was Polly who seemed to be brainwashed because she doesn't seem to recognise the Doctor and Jamie, and her name isn't even Polly. And we get a great cliffhanger with the alien chameleon revealing. Brilliant. So part 2, a missing episode that's finally been animated. The Doctor and Jamie tries to get Polly to remember who she is, and she claims that she came to England to work. So eventually the Doctor and Jamie made a run for it. Meanwhile, Blade, no, not that Blade, there we go, and Pinto were experimenting on the humanoid chameleon and tested him out. So Ben reunites with the Doctor and Jamie and they go stealth mode in the airport, and they saw Polly, or Michelle, working. So the Doctor tries to get her to remember, but when she said she would report to the police if she sees anyone got shot, and the Doctor was like, I didn't say anything about anyone being shot. As the Doctor, Jamie and Ben hid in the photo booth, we get a funny scene where all of them were smiling. As an old lass looks through after she leaves, they continued their conversation. So a young lass, Samantha Briggs, who's asking so-called Polly about her brother, but she didn't seem to care. So Samantha got frustrated and talks to Jamie about her missing brother. So Jamie tells her about the Doctor, so she meets the Doctor after when he went to see the Commandant and ran off again. When Ben communicates with the Doctor, he seems to be kidnapped as well. When Blade said dispose of body, I would actually thought that Ben has died, but long before the story gets animated, I already know all the reasons why Companions left. As it tells me right here, big mistake for spoiling it. So while Jamie and Samantha are planning to find the Doctor, Crossland arrives to have a word with Jamie. The scene where the Doctor opens the case with a guy inside is creepy, so the Doctor gets trapped and there's a gas spray and he's freezing. Another tense cliffhanger there. Part 1 and 3 are the only survived episodes of The Faceless Ones, the rest are missing. So the Doctor used his jacket to stop the gas, so then Spencer came in. As the Doctor faked his death, he attacks him and makes an escape. It turns out that Crossland believes Jamie about someone died, as that's his colleague. So the Doctor arrives and they get taken to Commandant and kind of believe them this time. So the Doctor used a pen trick to turn drinks into ice. Jamie and Samantha sneaks into Chameleon Tour's hangar and collected 50 postcards, then returned to Commandant's office. So the Doctor gets given 12 hours to search for more evidence. So Meadow pretends to bump into the Doctor so he can put a little device on his back. So then Crossland is in the plane, ordered Blade to hold the flight. So Blade decides to make an arrangement, but Crossland knew that something wasn't right, so he went to the flight deck and he gets tied up. So after the Doctor and Jamie went through the secret passage, seeing some kind of hospital, then left, the Doctor seems to hurt his back, so Jamie removed a device from his jacket and stamped on it. "Go on, Jamie." As Blade and Anne got Crossland to watch passengers on screen, he turns the thing and the passengers are empty. Oh crikey, that is scary. Again, Patrick Troughton is a fantastic Doctor. I loved his look, portrayal and moments. Anika Wills and Michael Craze as Polly and Ben Jackson are great and likeable. It's a shame that they only appeared in parts 1, 2 and 6, which is because of the contract, as they are to leave the series, but then they eventually got rescued for part 6 for the farewell scene. Fraser Hines as Jamie McCrimmon, a Scottish Highlander, another fantastic companion. I do like his chemistry with the Doctor and other companions. Pauline Collins played Samantha Briggs, who's there at airport for her missing brother. She's a great actress, Pauline Collins. I've known her as Queen Victoria in Tooth and Claw starring David Tennant, and she's great there as well. Apparently Innes Lloyd and Fraser Hines wanted Pauline as Samantha to be the next companion, but Pauline turned it down, which is a shame. But at least we have Victoria and Zoe. Colin Gordon played the Commandant, who doesn't believe the Doctor, but he lets him find more evidence. Bernard Kay played Crossland, a detective inspector, and he also played the director, a chameleon who impersonates Crossland and the leader of the chameleons. Blade is a pilot who gets taken over by a chameleon, not a vampire, and he's played by Donald Pickering, not Wesley Snipes. Wanda Ventham plays Jean Rock, a secretary who wants the Doctor to stop the chameleons, and Christopher Tranchell played immigration officer Stephen Jenkins, who seems to be into passports more than a corpse. The cast did great with their roles. Humanoid chameleons are the race that has ability to steal other people's identity. Funny enough, there's an enemy of Spider-Man who's also called Chameleon, has the ability to look like anyone. The music in there is nice, same goes with the atmosphere and the animation, and you get to watch it in colour as well, and even survived episodes gets animated. Plus I prefer watching surviving episodes in live action because that's the episodes itself. So the Doctor, Jamie and Samantha gets caught by Spencer, so they ended up getting tied on the floor and about to be lasered by a machine. Pretty intense, but Jamie uses Samantha's mirror to deflect the laser and destroyed the machine and got themselves free. While a chameleon has turned into Jenkins, the Doctor wanted Jamie in the X-ray room, but Pinto said no, so then they go into the air traffic control. Jamie goes to Samantha and trying to stop her from going on the plane, but she refuses, and he does a smart thing by kissing her and nicked her plane ticket. So a pilot decided to follow the plane as Jamie pretended to be sick and ran to the toilets. Blade shrinks all passengers and the pilot after they realise they've been followed, while the Doctor suspects that the guy he used to demonstrate those pen things to be a chameleon. They suspected that a plane could be heading up instead of crash down. The scene where the plane flying from Earth into spaceship is nicely done. I saw the survived footage of it and the effects and music is pretty sweet. As Jamie is patrolling inside the satellite, he sees a lot of tiny humans in the drawer and gets caught by Anne, and there's 2 faceless chameleons. So the Doctor and Commandant confronts Meadows as he tried to make a run for it. Jean pushes a chair to stop and they find a black armband inside. So the Doctor questions Meadows about the passengers on the plane, so he got Meadows to side with him for a time being. So he, Meadows and 2 policemen went to the X-ray room and the Doctor has rescued Samantha. As Pinto's chameleon killed a policeman, her plan has failed as the Doctor freed the real Pinto. Meanwhile, Jamie gets tied up and he sees Inspector Crossland. His chameleon is the director. Mind blowing. After the Doctor found out that Jamie is in the plane to space, the Doctor pretends to be a chameleon, so him and Pinto went in the plane, but they weren't fooled, as Blade informed director about the 2 imposters. As the Doctor and Pinto finds the missing people, they get surrounded by chameleons. Apparently they wanted the Doctor's brain, so they get taken to the director, and he sees Jamie's chameleon, while Samantha and Jean sees a list of 25 car registrations. They go to the car park and we get a great battle scene with the music between Samantha and Meadows. So Jean helps Samantha stopping Meadows and the police took him away. The Doctor gets tied up on a chair and about to be transferred So Commandant went on radio wanting to speak to the Doctor or they get killed. So the Doctor and Pinto got freed and tells them that the chameleons can continue with their lives as long as humans are to be released. But the director says it can't be done. However, as the other chameleon got onto the good side, says it can happen. As the director tries to escape, he gets shot by chameleons. They've got Jamie out of the cupboard as they did with Ben and Polly. And I think it's nice having aliens to continue with their lives without any threats. So the Doctor returned to the Commandant. He thanked him for what he did and agrees to get the TARDIS back for him. Jamie and Samantha kissed each other goodbye. At least she is amused for having her brother back, safe and sound, as the other passengers. So the Doctor and Jamie said goodbye to Ben and Polly, as it's their home on Earth in 1966.
Well, you better hurry. The Commandant's car's waiting.
It's sad to see them go, as I really like those two. Jamie is sad to see them go as well. So the Doctor and Jamie went to look for the TARDIS, as it's missing, leading to the evil of the Daleks. So yeah, that's the Faceless Ones. I really enjoyed the story. If you haven't seen it, well, you've spoiled it. You should go and watch it. It's fantastic. To those who have seen it, what did you think of this story? Let me know in the comments down below. As always, thanks for watching and see you in the next video.